चलिए, सेंटेंस इंप्रूवमेंट। ठीक है, सेंटेंस इंप्रूवमेंट में आप लोग पहले 2 सेक्शंस कर चुके हो, अब ये थर्ड सेक्शन है, उसको हम स्टार्ट करते हैं। तो चलिए, आई एम टायर्ड एज़ आई एम वर्किंग सिंस 7 o'clock in the morning.
I have
I
been.
have
I
been.
had been.
I have been
Hard
working.
been.
When it was dark, they decided to put at an inn.
Put up.
Put up
Put up.
at an inn. We should be bound by a code of conduct, isn't it?
Shouldn't we?
Shouldn't we?
Shouldn't
Shouldn't
we?
we? A highly improved variety of seeds is available to the farmer these days.
Are
No.
Are
available.
available.
नो इम्प्रूवमेंट। सही तो है, वैरायटी ऑफ सीड्स, अलग अलग वैरायटी की हो सकती हैं।
Variety.
वैरायटी की बात करें, हमने वैरायटीज नहीं कहा है।
Hmm.
द बॉय टोल्ड हिज टीचर टू एक्सप्लेन द पैसेज।
Asked
Ask
his
his
teacher.
Asked his teacher. What struck one most was their kindness.
No improvement.
No
no
improvement.
improvement.
You should avoid to make such trivial mistakes.
You should avoid making
Avoid
such
making.
Making.
avoid making
The teacher gave the students some advice.
no improvement.
No
The B word.
improvement.
Advice.
If you come across my umbrella
Is-
anywhere,
is-
bring it to me. Can you?
Will you?
Will
Will
you?
you?
The floor of the hall was covered by a carpet.
Covered
Covered.
with a
Covered
Covered
with
with
a carpet.
Covered with.
The passengers are waiting for the bus outside the bus stand at the main gate for so long.
Passengers were waiting.
have been
Passengers
waiting.
were
Have
waiting.
been waiting.
Have been waiting.
Haji. Miss Pillai teaches very well, isn't it?
Didn't she?
Doesn't she?
Doesn't she?
Doesn't she? He has fallen out with the girl he wanted to marry.
Fallen off.
No improvement. Fallen off नहीं तो fallen out ही है ना,
No,
सही
no
है।
improvement.
The
They are social
the-
insects living in communities regulated by definite laws, each member of society bearing a well-defined and separate part in the work of a colony. बताइए।
Living among a community.
नहीं सही है भाई, living in communities. If the room had been brighter, I would have been able to read for a while before bedtime.
No improvement.
No improvement.
Had
नहीं सही तो है, if the room had been brighter. I shall be grateful to you if you are of help to me now.
No.
If you are of help to me now.
help me. If you help,
If you are of help me now. नहीं नहीं. I shall be grateful to you if you are of help to me now.
no improvement.
If you are help. मेरे ख्याल से no improvement होगा.
Yes, sir.
No improvement.
The reason why he wrote the letter was because he could not contact him over the phone.
आपको धुतला नहीं क्या?
बताइए.
Was that why he?
That he could not.
Why he
Was
wrote
that.
the letter was that. ठीक है?
Yes.
The right to work implies the obligation on the part of the government to give a job to all the unemployed.
No improvement.
No.
Each of the unemployed. Most donors would seriously protest any effort to infer from such
So answer, sir 18 का आंसर
आंसर
क्या
नहीं
है?
पता।
each of the unemployed आएगा ना.
सर के ऊपर रीजन,
क्या?
सर रीजन ऑल तो मतलब सब कवर हो रहे हैं ना उसमें.
ऑल की जब हम बात करते हैं ऑन ऑल द अनएम्प्लॉयड, तो हम उसको उस तरह से एड्रेस नहीं करते हैं. अगर देखो सही वो भी है, हम ये सेंटेंस इम्प्रूव कर रहे हैं, इसका ये मतलब नहीं है कि ये पूरी तरीके से गलत है. हम उसमें और ज्यादा बेटर इंप्रूवमेंट ला रहे हैं, बेटर रिफ्रेजिंग कर रहे हैं, है ना. तो जब हम ईच ऑफ द अनएम्प्लॉयड करके एड्रेस करते हैं, तो वो सारे अनएम्प्लॉयड को मतलब कि इंडिविजुअली मार्क करता है. तो दैट इज द मोटिव. ठीक है,
Okay, sir.
जैसे डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन में आता है तो ईच वाला सेन आ जाता है तब। Most donors would seriously protest any effort to infer from such limited data.
protest against.
Protest
Protest
against.
against.
I hope you vividly remember the premiere of the film when I, my wife, and you were present in the hall.
My wife.
You, my wife, and I.
You, my wife, and I. With a thundering roar, the huge rocket soared up from the launching pad,
Went up.
went
Took on.
upwards. My opinion for the film is that it will bag the national award.
Opinion about.
About.
Opinion on.
About. He sent a word to me that he would be coming late.
Sent
He
word.
had
That
sent a
word.
Sent,
word.
He had
sent
sent.
He
word. He
had
sent word.
sent a.
हेड नहीं आएगा. He sent word. Sent आ गया ना पास्ट में. हेड की क्या जरूरत है? It became clear that the strangers were heading into a serious disaster.
Towards a serious
Towards
disaster.
a
Heading
serious disaster.
for. Heading for.
Oh.
Men and women should get habituated to reading and writing about current affairs. बताइए.
No improvement. No
Used.
improvement.
Used. Should get used to. While crossing the highway, a 5-year-old child was knocked out by a passing car.
Used to तो करता था
Lockdown.
काफी.
क्या?
So used to पास में यूज नहीं होता कि पास में कोई हैबिट थी हमारी.
नहीं तो सही तो है. हैबिचुएटेड, यूज दोनों पास में ही तो हैं.
मतलब
डाउट क्या है?
Please, clear है, clear. Clear है, clear.
While crossing a highway, a 5-year-old child was knocked out by a passing car.
Down.
Down.
Down. When he heard the rhetorical speech of the leader, he was carried along by his enthusiasm.
Carried away.
Carried away. हाँ भाई. After the heavy rains last week, the water in the lake raised another 2 feet.
Rose another 2 feet.
Rose another 2 feet. When we saw him last, he ran to catch a bus.
Was.
He was running to
Was
catch a
running.
bus.
Was running.
28 एक बार समझा देंगे.
हाँ भाई बताइए क्या डाउट है?
ये रोज अनदर 2 फीट क्यों आया?
रोज अनदर 2 फीट आपका ज्यादा अप्रोप्रिएट है. वो आपको सेंटेंस को थोड़ा छोटा कर रहा है. रेज्ड भी सही है, रोज भी सही है. दोनों को हम पास्ट टेंस में यूज करते हैं. लेकिन सेंटेंस इंप्रूव करना है, मतलब सेंटेंस को थोड़ा सा शॉर्ट करना है या फिर बेटर फ्रेजिंग लानी है, तो वी कैन यूज इट.
ओके सर.
ठीक है. आई वुड
Yes, sir.
लाइक टू अवेल अ 15-day holiday this summer.
To avail myself of.
Avail myself.
To avail myself of.
Myself.
An overdose of any medicine is enough fatal to a plant as to a man.
Too
As fatal.
As
As
fatal.
fatal.
As fatal.
As
As fatal.
There is nothing quite miserable than illiteracy in youth.
There's nothing
As
more miserable than
more
More
miserable. More.
My brother-in-law has a house for letting.
to
let.
rent.
To let.
Letting.
Netaji
To
was
let.
by far a great man of India.
तो
The
उसका 3 का क्या
greatest
था?
man.
The greatest man.
सर एक बार
Hardly
3
had.
समझा देंगे.
कौन सा वाला?
3.
3. My brother-in-law
इसमें
has a
लेट
house
क्यों
to
आया?
let. आपने टू लेट वाला फ्रेज तो
बस.
देखा ही होगा. किराए पर देने के
Yes,
लिए
sir.
है. हाँ तो टू लेट
समझ
इज अ
गया,
बेटर
समझ गया.
फ्रेज. उसको जनरली हम ज्यादा वर्नाकुलर लैंग्वेज में यूज करते हैं.
ओके, समझ गया सर.
Hardly had he finished his lunch than the phone rang.
When.
When the phone
When.
rang.
When
When the
a
phone
very
rang.
horrifying serial was broadcasted 10 days ago.
Was broadcast. No
Broadcast.
improvement.
Broadcast तीनों
Broadcast.
फॉर्म्स में एक जैसा ही यूज होता है. After a few hours, the unconscious patient began to come out.
Come round.
Come round.
Come round. As you are a born liar, I don't believe in what you say.
I will not be.
No
Nah, I don't believe. No improvement. You must not forget to call me after you reach Delhi.
Have reached.
Have reached
You
Delhi.
will.
Waste.
You have reached.
Rohan died of a wound and not from cancer.
From a wind and not of cancer.
Not of cancer.
From
B.
a wound and not
Of
of
a wound
cancer.
and not of
All criminal attitudes must be nipped at the bud.
Nipped in the bud.
nipped off
Nipped
the bud.
in the bud. Each village adopted by the club was provided by electric supply.
Provided with.
Provided with.
Provided with.
Everyone must look up the future and find ways of providing for his needs. Look
Right
to
see
the
Seema
future
sir.
होता है भाई. When Seema was 14, she sat the entrance examination for senior secondary school.
Set for.
For.
Sat
Sad
for.
for
The mother could not help but cry at his behavior.
No,
no
Improvement.
No
improvement.
improvement.
No improvement.
no improvement.
Galileo escaped burning for hearsay because he apologized and withdrew his previous statements.
Being burned.
Being burnt.
From being burnt.
Being burnt. Unless efforts are made and the population growth stabilizes, environmentalists predict a worldwide starvation by 2020 AD.
सर
Both
तो
stabilizes.
16th में एक क्यों नहीं आएगा?
Galileo escaped from being burnt. जब आपका being यूज हो रहा है तो from की तो मतलब कोई जरूरत ही नहीं है ना. जब हम आपके बी के अलग अलग फॉर्म होते हैं, वो आपकी क्रिया दिखा रहे हैं, है ना, वो आपकी वर्ब का काम कर रहे हैं, तो फ्रॉम वगैरह ये सब हम ऐड करके वो तो आपको सुपरफ्लस हो जाएगा. ठीक.
Okay, sir.
17th.
Yes.
Stabilizes.
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 It is the time the 3 years old is learning how to read and write.
No improvement.
Learn. It is the time कि भाई अब तक उसको सीखना स्टार्ट कर देना चाहिए. All the people are supposed to take out their shoes when they enter a place of worship.
Slight change हुई.
Okay. अभी भी नहीं हुआ.
हो गया sir.
ठीक है. All the people are supposed to take out their shoes when they enter a place of worship.
Take off.
Take
Take
off.
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 To take
Take
off.
off.
They served a summons on the member of parliament to appear in the court of law.
Served a summon.
They served
The
summons.
No improvement. If I had money, I would send to you.
तो summons क्यों होगा?
समन्स क्यों नहीं होगा?
So,
समन्स जो होता है भाई आपका वो सिंगुलर में ही होता है, ठीक है, जनरली. और जब आपके प्लूरल हो जाते हैं तब आपके समन्स हो जाते हैं. ठीक है.
Okay.
If I had money, I would send to you.
No
No
improvement.
improvement.
No improvement. This house is belonging to me for 2 years.
Long flight.
Belongs to me.
Has belonged.
The slide
और
change नहीं हुआ.
अब
सर हो गया. सर.
हो गए.
हाँ भाई, तो this house is belonging to me for 2 years. इसका होगा has belonged.
Has belonged.
All my friends are waiting for me since morning.
Have been waiting for me since
I've been
morning.
waiting.
Have been waiting. Amit is extraordinarily clever at mimicking his friends.
Clever in
No
mimicking.
improvement.
In.
No improvement.
No improvement.
No improvement.
He has got many friends because he had got much money.
A lot of money. Lot of.
A lot.
A lot of
Lot
money. When the students take their exams, they will have a holiday.
Took their exams.
Took their
Taken
exam.
their examination. Have taken their exams. Shakespeare lived for the reigns of Elizabeth first and James first.
During the reign.
During she didn't believe in God, but she went to temple regularly.
However,
Yet she.
Yet,
However,
however, नहीं आएगा. Yet आएगा भाई. I think myself there is a third dimension which science has added to modern war.
I myself think
I myself think both Ramesh and his brother were invited, but neither accepted our invitation.
neither were accepted.
No improvement. Neither पर क्यों आएगा?
Yes, sir.
If a person or an animal eats much, his body changes the extra carbohydrates and proteins into fat and stores it.
no improvement.
No improvement. Socrates was one of the wisest men that ever lived.
One of
Of
the
the
wisest.
wisest man.
One of
A.
Wisest
the option
men.
A.
We must not
Men.
think that people belonging to few castes are superior to others.
So some castes are the
Some
superior to
castes.
others.
If he studied more, he would have been able to get a distinction.
If he had
He had
studied
studied
If he
more.
had studied more.
If he had studied more, he has very good command on English.
over
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 Off इंग्लिश
English.
आता है. लैंग्वेजेस के केस में ओवर नहीं करते, हम ऑफ यूज करते हैं. कमांड ऑफ इंग्लिश. The people in the village are deprived of essential commodities for the past 2 weeks.
have been deprived.
Have been
Have
deprived.
been deprived. The farmer's way of life can be contrasted to that of the factory worker.
Contrasted with
Contrasted with
So no improvement.
the enthusiastic voters were queuing up outside the polling station since morning.
Had been going up.
Had been queuing up. The brochure which is being enclosed with the application form will give the information that you need.
No information.
The
Give
information.
you the information. Mr. Patel and other dissident leaders have taken shelter at the church last month after the authorities ordered their arrest.
Took shelter.
Took shelter. He came to the cave uphill as the evening mist rose and drew a deep breath and looked up the valley.
Across.
Down the valley. घाटी हमेशा नीचे की तरफ होती है. The child spent 2 mornings with his parents, and on third he insisted for accompanying his grandmother on her rounds in the city.
On accompanying his
On
grandmother.
accompanying. With the Hubble Space Telescope, astronomers expect to learn the age and size of the universe and to probe its origin, evolution, and ultimate fate.
top 4
No improvement.
or
The police are trying to solve the mystery.
Is
Is.
Is.
आर भी आ सकता है, इस भी आ सकता है. ठीक है, दोनों आपका सही है. मैं इसको आर की कैटेगरी में रखूंगा. नो इम्प्रूवमेंट. वी हैव बीन कॉट इन अ रैट रेस.
लेकिन सर यहाँ पर पुलिस एज ए ग्रुप बता रहा है ना वो.
पुलिस ऐसा ग्रुप भी हो सकता है. देखो यहाँ पर क्लियर नहीं है. पुलिस एज अ ग्रुप मतलब कि आर ट्राइंग टू सॉल्व द मिस्ट्री. हो सकता है कि भाई पुलिस में अलग अलग फैक्शंस काम कर रहे हो. यहाँ पर ही थोड़ा एम्बिग्यूअस हो जाता है. यहाँ पर दोनों चीजें वर्क करती हैं. ठीक है, तो मैं इसको नो इम्प्रूवमेंट वाला ही डालूंगा. वी हैव बीन कॉट
ऐसा
इन अ
हो
रैट
सकता है
रेस.
क्या कि यूपीएससी के एग्जाम में 2 ऑप्शन सही हो?
जनरली ऐसा बहुत कम होता है. अगर होगा आपने अटेम्प्ट किया है तो फिर आपको ग्रेस मार्क्स में जो मिल जाएंगे.
ओके.
ठीक है, चलिए. वी हैव बीन कॉट इन अ रैट रेस.
rat race.
No.
द रैट
No
रेस.
improvement.
So,
आर रैट रेस नहीं है, द रैट रेस. कैन आई एक्सचेंज माई बुक फॉर योर्स?
With
With
yours.
yours.
With yours.
With you.
With yours? He shook hands with me after receiving the prize.
He shook hands.
shook hands with me.
Shook
B.
hands with me.
and
I would like that you finish the project on time.
Like that.
You
No
You would
finished
finish
the
the
project
project.
on time.
No improvement.
There are sufficient funds to meet the requirements of the entire schools in our zone.
तो 18 का क्या होगा?
18 को बताया तो you finish the project on time. 19th.
वेट कर रहे हैं सर स्लाइड।
Slide, slide
अरे
step
यार,
होता है.
आगे आगे
तो
आगे
कुछ
सर
All
लाल
the school.
हाँ भाई,
All the
there are
schools.
sufficient funds to meet the requirements of the entire schools in our zone.
all of the
All the
schools.
schools.
All the
No
schools.
all the
improvement.
schools.
It is long since I saw you last.
Long time.
No
long ago,
improvement.
Long ago.
long ago.
The angry boys were arguing with the principal since morning.
Have we?
Have been.
Every
हाँ भाई, he has been absent for the past few months.
Since the past.
No improvement.
Since
No improvement.
no error.
past few months.
You will be punished if you will come to my class.
If you come to us.
If
If
you
you
come.
come.
If you come.
The good fortune of being your student in my younger days had helped me greatly in my life.
No
Of
improvement.
having been your
Of
being
my
No
having
improvement.
been your student.
of my having been
A good house has been allotted to him.
allotted to him.
Allotted. Before I met her, I
Double
had had a poor opinion of her.
before
I have had.
I
I
I
had
had a poor
I
opinion of her. Kindly let us know the time of your arrival by return of post.
in
No improvement. I elected him president of the society.
we
We elect.
elected him.
We.
We.
The children are playing in the garden since 10 o'clock this morning.
Have
Have
been.
been playing.
Have
Have
been
been
Have been.
playing.
We
We had better send for a policeman.
To
Sent
send
for.
for.
let us
No
send
improvement.
for a police.
There is plenty of time to catch the train.
No
To
improvement.
get.
no
To get the
improvement.
train भी सही है. Better phrase करेंगे तो to get the train is good also. Hundreds of people were killed by the earthquake.
From the.
from.
In
the
earthquake के बाद जो events होते हैं उनमें लोग मारे जाते हैं. He insisted on he was innocent.
Insisted on that.
Insisted that
That
John, who studies medicine at present, hopes to go abroad after graduation.
तो बस insisted के बाद तो on आता है ना? Insist के बाद.
He insisted on he was insisted का मतलब ही होता है कि भाई वो किसी चीज पे फोकस कर रहा है, तो फिर आपको on डालने की क्या जरूरत है? सुपरफ्लस हो जाएगा. John, who studies medicine at present, hopes to go abroad after graduation.
Who
Who
is
is
studying?
studying
who is studying.
medicine.
Who is studying?
Is studying. The forest is infested of snakes.
With
By
snakes.
snakes.
With
By
snakes. He is having 3 cars.
What?
He
As.
He
No, sir. No improvement.
has 3
No
cars.
improvement.
he has 3 cars.
He goes to cinema every Sunday. He goes to the cinema. Would you find me absent,
He-
please?
सर एक डाउट
हाँ जी बोलिए.
सर एक डाउट था
बोलिए
सर
बोलिए.
फिफ्थ में बाय और विथ में समझ में नहीं आया कि सर आपने
The
विथ क्यों यूज
forest is
किया.
infested by snakes का मतलब होता है, आप इसको समझ लीजिए कि उनके द्वारा infested है, उनके द्वारा भरा गया है. लेकिन the forest is infested with snakes का मतलब है कि भाई उनके साथ भरा हुआ है, मतलब वो सब भरे हुए हैं उसके अंदर. ठीक है.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Would you find me absent? Please don't forget to leave a message behind.
As you find me.
Unless
Should
As you find.
should you find me absent? My mother always finds fault with the maid servant.
Is finding false.
Is
No
finding.
improvement.
no improvement.
कौन सा? You out not to have gone there, but you did.
Not to go there.
No
Would not.
improvement.
Improvement.
Mary met with an accident. She did not just twist her leg, she has broken it.
He had broken it.
She
Broke it
broke
too.
it too.
Okay, too.
Broke it too.
What is needed are not large houses but small cottages.
Is not large.
Is.
Is not.
It was hard to believe that he was dead for 2 years.
Has been dead.
Has
Is
been
dead.
dead.
Been dead.
Has been
Do not take another
Has been.
step, else your life will face great peril.
Will be in it.
Will be in.
Will
Great.
be in great peril. I would gladly accompany your sister if you had asked me.
Would have gladly
Would
accompanied.
have
Would have
Have
gladly
gladly
accompanied. He was likely to win the elections by the sweeping majority.
सर एक डाउट था
with a
हाँ जी
sweeping
पूछिए.
majority.
सर 15 का ए होगा
हाँ बिल्कुल ये होगा.
तो समझ नहीं आया
क्यों समझ नहीं आया?
एक बार मतलब एक्सप्लेन कर दोगे
I would gladly accompany your sister if you had asked me. अगर तुमने मुझसे पूछा होता तो मैं तुम्हारी बहन के साथ चला जाता हूँ. लेकिन ये गलत होगा. सही क्या होगा? I would have gladly accompanied. मैं तुम्हारी बहन के साथ आराम से चला जाता अगर तुमने मुझसे पूछा होता. ठीक है?
ओके सर
It is sheer folly to believe that you can improve the situation by doing away people.
Doing away with.
Doing away with.
अवे विद
Governments in
पीपल
developing countries are under increasing pressure for the recruiting and training teachers to meet the demands of their rapidly expanding systems of education.
To recruit and train.
To
In the
recruit and
recruiting
train.
and
Last evening, I went to the optician and bought spectacles.
A pair of spectacles.
a pair of spectacles.
Pair of.
नहीं अगर हम स्पेक्टिकल्स यूज कर रहे हैं तो स्पेक्टिकल्स तो सही है ना आपका. उसमें अब पेयर ऑफ स्पेक्टिकल्स अलग से लिखने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी. स्पेक्टिकल्स का मतलब ये है कि भाई वो पेयर में ही आते हैं. सीजर्स हो गया, स्पेक्टिकल्स हो गया. ये कौन से आपके नाउन्स हैं? ये आपके वो नाउन्स हैं जो देखने में हमें लगते हैं क्या है, प्लूरल है, लेकिन ये होते क्या है, सिंगुलर ही होते. As John dived off the springboard, he was horrified to see that the water was drained from the pool the night before.
सर ये सिंगुलर नहीं होते
Had drained away.
तो ये प्लूरल होते हैं शायद
Spectacles, scissors,
हाँ
pants, tongs,
द
ये
आर्म्स
सब
सर
सुन तो
आर्म्स
लो.
आर गिवन टू पुअर
ये सारी की सारी चीजें क्या होती हैं? ये सारी की सारी होती तो आपकी सिंगुलर है ना? मतलब ये देखने में आपको लगते हैं कि प्लूरल है, लेकिन ये सब होते सिंगुलर में ही है. पैंट आपके जो होते हैं हम उनको पैंट्स बोलते हैं ना, तो भाई वो आपके प्लूरल तो नहीं हुए ना, वो आपके डबल तो नहीं हुए ना, है तो होते तो सिंगुलर ही है ना. हालांकि इनके साथ पेयर वगैरह जो वर्ड है वो हम यूज करते हैं.
सर बट जैसे कि आर्म्स भी इनके अंदर ही आता है आर्म्स आर गिवन
आर्म्स
टू
इनके
पुअर
साथ में क्यों आएगा? आप पेयर ऑफ आर्म्स नहीं बोलते. आर्म्स आपकी अलग
आर्म्स नहीं
होती हैं.
आर्म्स ALMS
अच्छा आर्म्स.
यस सर
आर्म्स
आर्म्स
आपकी
गिवन टू
होती
पुअर
है भीख, या फिर जो आप
यस सर
जनरली चैरिटी में देते हैं आर्म्स वगैरह. ठीक है.
तो
आर्म्स
वो
आपका
इसके अंदर इंक्लूड होता है ना
इस कैटेगरी में नहीं. आर्म्स आपका न्यूज वाली कैटेगरी में आता है. न्यूज,
नो सर
इनिंग्स
मैंने कभी
वगैरह.
पढ़ा है
ठीक है. जो आपके देखने में लगते हैं कि भाई आपके प्लूरल है, लेकिन वो होते हैं सिंगुलर है. नाउ as John dived off the springboard, he was horrified to see that the water was drained from the pool the night before.
Had drained away.
Had been drained off.
Had
The
been.
situation remained the same, rather got worse, all his efforts notwithstanding.
With all his efforts, not
No improvement. One can live and work in a town without being aware of the daily march of the sun across the sky without never seeing the moon and stars.
सर सर 21 में बी भी तो हो सकता है इन स्पाइट ऑफ ऑल हिज एफर्ट्स.
The situation remained the same. Rather, God was all his efforts notwithstanding. Rather, God was in spite of all his efforts notwithstanding. उससे आपका जो स्टेटमेंट है वो और ज्यादा लंबा हो जाएगा. हमारा एम क्या है कि हमें सेंटेंस को इम्प्रूव करना है, सेंटेंस को और ज्यादा कॉम्प्लेक्स नहीं करना. ठीक है.
ओके सर.
One can live and work in a town without being aware of the daily march of the sun across the sky without never seeing the moon and stars.
Ever.
Ever. Being a handicapped youth, he was put hard to complete his military course. Was hard put to.
Put to.
She cut a sad figure in her first performance on the stage.
Cut a sorry.
Cut a sorry figure. No sooner I saw the tiger than I ran away.
Did I?
No sooner did I see.
No
Did I
sooner
see?
did I.
If a person studies this period of history, he would have wondered how such things had happened in India.
A person
So
had
would
studied.
study.
Had
Would
studied.
study.
According to the Planning Commission estimates, by the year 2020, India will have become self-sufficient in the petroleum products.
Shall
India would
Would
have.
have.
would have.
Would have become मतलब कि भाई हो जाएगा, मतलब कि हो चुका होगा. एक मतलब सर्टेनिटी के साथ में बोला जाएगा. लेकिन विल हैव बिकम का मतलब है एस्टिमेट्स, प्रोजेक्शन किया गया है, तब तक हो जाए, हो सकता है, इस तरह से. तो नो इम्प्रूवमेंट.
No improvement.
All his answers were correct.
No improvement.
No improvement.
Right.
The
It was
slide
quite
stuck.
clear that the runner, क्या स्लाइड नहीं आ रही?
आ गई, आ
आ
गई.
गई.
It was quite clear that the runner could be able to improve upon his own record.
Will be able to.
Will be able.
Would be able.
Would be able to improve upon his own record. Within the last few years, most of the fertile land had undergone indigo cultivation.
Has undergone.
Had
Has undergone.
No
As
improvement.
under.
तो भाई यहाँ पर हमारा जो फेज सेकंड है वो खत्म होता है, नहीं फेज थर्ड. सेंटेंस इंप्रूवमेंट हमने पहले भी काफी ज्यादा कर रखे हैं. नेक्स्ट और प्रैक्टिस हम इनकी करेंगे